In 3 words I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It goes on. The best way out is always through. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Freedom lies in being bold. Education is the ability to listen to almost anything without losing your temper or your self-confidence. Home is the place where, when you have to go there, they have to take you in. The afternoon knows what the morning never suspected. A diplomat is a man who always remembers a woman's birthday but never remembers her age. Poetry is when an emotion has found its thought and the thought has found words. Don't ever take a fence down until you know why it was put up. Love is an irresistible desire to be irresistibly desired. A poem begins in delight and ends in wisdom. The brain is a wonderful organ. It starts working the moment you get up and does not stop until you get into the office. The greatest thing in life is to find someone who knows all your mistakes and differences and still finds you absolutely amazing. Most of the change we think we see in life is due to truths being in and out of favor. By working faithfully 8 hours a day you may eventually get to be boss and work 12 hours a day. Half the world is composed of people who have something to say and can't, and the other half who have nothing to say and keep on saying it. The reason why worry kills more people than work is that more people worry than work. The world is full of willing people, some willing to work, the rest willing to let them. Nothing gold can stay. A mother takes 20 years to make a man of her boy, and another woman makes a fool of him in 20 minutes. Poetry is a way of taking life by the throat. Forgive me my nonsense, as I also forgive the nonsense of those that think they talk sense. There never was any heart truly great and generous that was not also tender and compassionate. Happiness makes up in height for what it lacks in length. I am not a teacher, but an awakener. A civilized society is one which tolerates eccentricity to the point of doubtful sanity. I hold it to be the inalienable right of anybody to go to hell in his own way. Thinking isn't to agree or disagree. That's voting. A jury consists of 12 persons chosen to decide who has the better lawyer. We love the things we love for what they are. The ear is the only true writer and the only true reader. The best things and best people rise out of their separateness. The middle of the road is where the white line is, and that's the worst place to drive. An idea is a feat of association, and the height of it is a good metaphor. The father is always a Republican toward his son, and his mother's always a Democrat. A liberal is a man too broad-minded to take his own side in a quarrel. The best portion of a good man's life, his little, nameless, unremembered acts of kindness and of love. Hope is not found in a way out but a way through. Good fences make good neighbors. Originality and initiative are what I ask for my country. The only way round is through. Love is the only thing in the world that is not diminished by being divided. The beauty of poetry is that it can't be explained. The best teacher is the one who suggests rather than dogmatizes, and inspires his listener with the wish to teach himself. We dance round in a ring and suppose, but the secret sits in the middle and knows. Forgive me my nonsense, as I also forgive the nonsense of those that think they talk sense. Life must be lived and curiosity kept alive. Humor is the most engaging cowardice. The best thing we're put here for is to see, the strongest thing we're given to see with a telescope. Happiness is not something you postpone for the future, it is something you design for the present. Life is tons of discipline. Your first discipline is your vocabulary, then your grammar and your punctuation. Every poem is a momentary stay against the confusion of the world. The sun was warm but the wind was chill. You know how it is with an April day. The afternoon knows what the morning never suspected. What we live by we die by. What we have learned from experience is that men never learn anything from experience. What we don't see, we don't fear. The figures of the past go not away, they sleep in unquiet graves. To be a poet is a condition, not a profession. Poetry is a way of remembering what it would impoverish us to forget. I have never started a poem yet whose end I knew. The mind can never break off from the journey. A poem is never a put-up job. It begins as a lump in the throat, a sense of wrong, a homesickness, a lovesickness. Poetry is about the grief. Politics is about the grievance. I had a lover's quarrel with the world. We ran as if to meet the moon. Life is all we have, and it is enough. I turned to speak to God, about the world's despair, but to make bad matters worse, I found God wasn't there. Nature's first green is gold, her hardest hue to hold. A bank is a place where they lend you an umbrella in fair weather and ask for it back when it begins to rain. Courage is the human virtue that counts most, courage to act on limited knowledge and insufficient evidence. There is no happiness except in the realization that we have accomplished something. Most of the change we think we see in life is due to truths being in and out of favor. The brain is a wonderful organ. It works the moment you get up in the morning until you get into the office. We rise by lifting others. Poetry begins in delight and ends in wisdom. I would have written of me on my stone, I had a lover's quarrel with the world. The best thing about the future is that it comes one day at a time. The chief reason for going to school is to get the impression fixed for life that there is a book side for everything. Poetry is what gets lost in translation. You can't get too much winter in the winter. Writing free verse is like playing tennis with the net down. A poem begins in delight and ends in wisdom. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep. The ear does it. The ear is the only true writer and the only true reader. A person will sometimes devote all his life to the development of one part of his body, the wishbone. I never dared to be radical when young, for fear it would make me conservative when old. You can be a little ungrammatical if you come from the right part of the country. A lover's quarrel with the world. Don't ever underestimate the value of the little things. The world is full of willing people, some willing to work, the rest willing to let them. Half the world is composed of people who have something to say and can't, and the other half who have nothing to say and keep on saying it. A man's home is his castle, but his neighbor's view of it is his own. Life is not a problem to be solved but a reality to be experienced. The artist in me cries out for design. There is one thing more exasperating than a wife who can cook and won't, and that's a wife who can't cook and will. There are two kinds of teachers, the kind that fill you with so much quail shot that you can't move, and the kind that just give you a little prod behind and you jump to the skies. A poem should begin in delight and end in wisdom. In 3 words I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It goes on.